I'd like to know about Berlin. It's quite a historical city. And what do you think, because now it has evolved, so how do you feel like the city has evolved some type of way compared to like the way it was before? Like, has it evolved?
I suppose it's evolving all the time.
Yeah, like in what way? Like what factors?
But do you feel personally you have like
I suppose joining the European Union probably expanded the whole thing, you know. Prior to that, it might have been a bit more inward looking, whereas now it's more European.
Okay. Have you seen any change in technology or financial?
Well, you have companies like Google and that setting up
Yeah.
here, you know, and I suppose they're attracted here by well, they get tax breaks. That's one thing. Probably there's a young population that will be quite well educated and probably well up on IT matters and things like that. You know, so that probably feeds into it.
Okay.
And with this Brexit now, there probably will be more people coming over. So.
Like because of the Brexit, will it be beneficial for Ireland or?
Well, overall it remains to be seen. But initially, some of the financial services may set up in Dublin.
Yeah.
So that would be London's loss, possibly. You know.
Okay.
I suppose it has. Yeah, there'll be more people from outside of Ireland settling here. So you see it with skill groups, young children.
Yeah.
They would have originated from different countries and that. You know?
Yeah.
But they're kind of assimilating now, becoming Irish.
Yeah.
But I suppose the fact that there's more foreign people settling here, that probably has an impact.
Oh, okay.
Most people in Ireland
Yeah.
have relatives who live in England.
Okay.
So there would be very close links there, you know.
Okay.
And even with this Brexit now, you'll find there'll be special arrangements where they're the biggest trading partner and things like that. So that'll be, I'd say that'll remain the same, you know.
Oh. Okay.
Yesterday you mentioned that this used to be accommodation for the Irish Army.
Yeah, it was a military barracks
Yeah.
from 1701 to 1995 or so, which made it one of the longest occupied military barracks in Europe, if not the world. And then the museum took it over in 95.
Was that like a decision that was made like by the council or something to turn this into a museum or?
Yeah, it was no longer required as a military barracks. So I suppose it was a site. What will they do with it? So there was the president of Ireland at the moment, Michael D. Higgins. He was the Minister for Arts and Heritage at the time. So he was partly responsible for this being converted to a museum. So, because prior to that, have you been to Kildare Street, Archaeology and History?
Yes.
Yeah.
At one stage, that was mainly the main museum, and around the corner you had natural history.
Yeah.
And then it expanded. You had this in '97. Then a couple of years later, the Museum of Country Life in Castlebar opened, and that was around 2003, 2004. Yeah. So the museum has expanded in the last 20 years. Well, it's practically doubled its area as such, in that there's 4 sites now as opposed to the original 2. The museum has, say, copyright on certain items, and then indeed some of the items it has no copyright on because they're borrowed. So they're not in a position to give people permission to use because they don't belong to them. You know? So some exhibits are on loan.